Hey, Alexandra, why are we here in front of the Superstore?
I'm here because a First Nations elder, Eddie Gardner, has been standing in front of superstores on and off for months now, trying to get this company to stop buying farm salmon. And today I've joined him because last week the Prime Minister of Canada, Stephen Harper, opened the BC coast to more salmon farms. He called a federal inquiry, the Cohen Commission. We paid $26 million for that commission, and it had 11 recommendations that were all about protecting wild salmon from salmon farms, from the Norwegian salmon that are being farmed in British Columbia. All that was thrown out the window yesterday. No response to those recommendations. And I study European viruses now. I am tracking European viruses in farm salmon, spreading to wild salmon, and this concerns me. In addition, in July 2013, a Norwegian pediatrician risked her career to go public to tell particularly mothers that the toxins in farm salmon are so high that they're impacting, she believes that they're impacting the development of the brains of their babies. The PCBs and dioxins that are in farm salmon are known to prevent the connection between the brain cells that allow us to have memories, allow us to be intelligent. And France is outraged by this, that Norway would sell a product, one of the most toxic products sold widely in the world. Russia is concerned. North America doesn't know. This is salmon from Norway in Superstore, but even the salmon that is farmed in British Columbia is Norwegian farm salmon. Everywhere in the world that this product is grown, wild salmon have gone into collapse. Here in British Columbia, that means whales, eagles, coastal communities, First Nations, all of us are impacted. And Harper made it very clear, the only people that can turn this around is the consumer. The consumer has the power to protect yourself from this product and to protect this coast, and that's why I'm here. People eat this because they think it's healthy. They look at it, oh, it's pink, it's salmon. Those are both associated with high health values. The essential omega acids, the beautiful fillet. What they don't realize is the toxins that are in the fat, that are bound to the fat. People are eating this because they think it is healthy, but it's not. It's not like they're grabbing a bag of potato chips when they grab farm salmon. They're picking this up because they think it's healthy. They think it's good for their families. They think it's good for their children. But it's not. It's full of toxins. A Norwegian pediatrician went public last July. She risked her career to warn mothers, don't eat it.
Why are you here?
I'm here as an educator or as an informer. I look around this parking lot and I see hundreds and hundreds of cars, and I just wonder how many people know about the downside of farm salmon. So I've taken it upon myself. This is my new hobby, and I'm going to be doing this until we get the fish farms at least out of the ocean. And that's one of the reasons that I'm here.
What's the major downside for you?
All the pathogens, all the sea lice, all the lies that go on about how good it is for. I mean, look at this pamphlet here. They're actually promoting farm salmon for pregnant women and children, which to me is pretty disgusting. I'm also disappointed in our governments. I've been in this country for 50 years. I've never seen such bad governance in all my life.
Yeah, I thought I read
both provincially and federally. It depresses me. So the only way I can fight my anger and my depression is to get out here and try and educate people about the downside. We want our wild salmon back.
Why are you here today?
To help the public learn more about farm salmon in a time when there's almost no public discourse on these matters.
What do you want them to learn?
about the contaminants in farm salmon and the expansion of the fish farms at the moment by the federal government with no consultation anywhere. A spring announcement. And to get the Norwegian farm salmon out of BC's waters.
Why do you think they're expanding? Why is the government letting them expand?
Can only be one reason.
In light of the Cohen Commission.
Can only be one reason. They don't care about the Cohen Commission. They are only concerned about their rich friends making dollars. That trumps everything. Corporate government.
Why are you here?
I am here to offer my support for wild salmon and our coast.
What do you think about the recent announcement by government to open up more fish farms?
I think the announcement by Harper's government, or lack of government, it flies in the face of all logic. It flies in the face of science. It's highly disrespectful to the $26 million Cohen inquiry that recognized the problems that farmed salmon pose to the BC coast and to our wild salmon stocks. And you know, the taxpayer paid $26 million for this big inquiry, and you know, the federal government took down the website, has, you know, scrapped all the science, ignored all the science, and ignored the will of the people on this coastline to protect our wild salmon stocks that are so dear to us and provide so much for us sustainably, and they offer excellent food value. And here he's allowing this Norwegian-owned industry that is world known for, you know, for having so many problems, and it's just disgusting.
What do you think about Superstore selling fish farms there?
I think Superstore, up the chain of command from managers to, I guess, district managers to the head office, have to be informed and realize what they're selling to their clients, because they want to sell good, wholesome food. I don't think they want to, if they knew the honest truth about the hazards to your health of the fish and the hazards to the environment, I think it would take too long for them to say, you know what, we're not selling the product. Look at Jimmy Pattison. He owns at least three grocery store chains. He does not sell any BC Atlantic farm salmon anymore, and that's happened in 2010, and I think it was May, maybe a little bit earlier, but he didn't even tell the public that. He just stopped selling. So they should follow suit. They should follow like other stores are doing and stop selling the product.
And those diseases get transferred to wild salmon stocks because of the farming practices on the coast.
How they get transferred? They get separated.
Oh, they're not separated.
Are they kept separately as
Well, the salmon are raised in open feedlots on the BC coast, and usually in batches of like 500,000 to a million, all in one big cage or operation. And there's nothing separating those fish from the wild except for a cage. Now the seawater still has free flow, so when you get a large 1 million farmed salmon that gets sick, and they're lethal diseases. It's not like a flu like for us. It would be like more like the bubonic plague compared to humans.
These farms will destroy what we have. They're killing the wild stocks through multiple viruses, foreign viruses. They're being bred in these closed, well, actually open cage farms, allowing pollutants, pesticides, any biohazardous products to flow freely into the channels and bays and fjords that the wild stocks reside in. It's criminal. Yeah, Stephen Harper's a criminal. There's no question about it.
Chili, all those guys there, yeah. You know,
so we need to let Harper know that we're not putting up with this crap.
Oh, definitely, yeah. We should send them a whole bunch of
Farm fish.
farm fish crap.
Eat
There
it
you go.
yourself.
So that's right. Well, if you poke it, you can tell the difference from
Yes.
fresh and
Oh,
you know
totally.
and the farm.
Yeah.
Farm is so mushy. Like, how can anybody eat that?
It's sickening.
Yeah.
It is very
No,
sickening.
it's disgusting. Even my daughter
is.
notices the difference when she finds out that there's farm fish. She's just
Yep.
like, "Ooh, I'm not eating it."
Yep.
You know.
Oh, I
So,
know. Yeah, it's
amazing.
just amazing.
Well, thank you
Yep.
very much for all your
Oh,
support.
you're welcome. You have it. 100% plus.
Awesome. And thank you very
Yes.
much.
Yeah, no
problem.
Okay, you
Have a
guys
good
take
day.
care. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I'm here to let people know that buying farm salmon is bad for the health, bad for the environment, and also to let them know what Harper's plan was to also allow 11 more applications to go through on our BC farm, on our BC waters. And I think people should know that what Harper's doing is sick, and it's also going to cause a lot more problems for our wild population, for our environment, and they need to be aware of this.
Oh, I'm here because I've been reading about farm salmon for about 10 years, and it seems absolutely clear to me that it puts our wild salmon at risk, and that's just not worth it. I don't understand why we proceed anywhere in this province to support and to sell farm salmon. Our wild salmon feeds not just us, but it feeds everything that is the coast, and we could so easily, with just a little bit of thinking, replace the jobs that we keep hearing about in aquaculture with tourism jobs. We know that that's there to be had. It's just a matter of the will to actually put it together.
What do you think about the Harper government opening up the coast for more fish farms?
Oh, I think it's amazing. I was truly shocked, and I think we're all pretty skeptical of governments now, but I think that was kind of a new low, and the fact that it happened as quietly as it did, and that it seemed to have happened from what I've read so far, it seemed to happen without First Nations even knowing about it. And it was in October that I understand that the federal government DFO began taking license applications, and I understand that First Nations didn't find out until about 10 days ago, and that's shocking to me, absolutely shocking.
Well, I didn't know Atlantic meant farm. The Newfoundlanders wouldn't eat salmon, their own Atlantic salmon. And I thought, well, that's just a dietary choice. And therefore, that's why we get so much. So that's not the true story.